This video has over 700,000 views, but the channel that published it has just 400 subscribers. So I interviewed the guy who made the video along with the scriptwriter, and we spoke about everything from the title and thumbnail to even going line by line on the intro. And what I found shocked me. These guys are doing the opposite of what every YouTube guru is talking about. See, you're not the only one who watches Mr. Beast's YouTube advice compilation videos or Colin and Samir. Everyone in your niche is doing that, and that's why everyone's videos look the same. If you want to stand out, you need to follow the advice that works but is not mainstream. And lucky for you, this video is exactly that. So without further ado, let's get into how these guys made this title and thumbnail.
So the title and thumbnail, as opposed to what we're usually taught, we made after the fact, but we definitely carefully crafted it so that it would go straight from title and thumbnail into the first part of the video. Basically, there's a short pithy title, which is a question that raises curiosity, why every Johnny Harris video goes viral. I think this title is really at the sweet spot, which is really hard to get on YouTube because on one hand, it's intriguing, and it's very general. It's making a very big claim that every Johnny Harris video goes viral. So even if you don't know who he is, you want to know what his secret is. But it's not so hyperbolic as to seem cheesy. And then what we did with the thumbnail, which is Johnny Harris's face, and it says my formula, and then it has the visuals, is that it's a simple thumbnail. It just shows his face, which is instantly recognizable. It says my formula, so it gives you an intriguing answer to the question itself, but not enough to know what the formula is. And then it teases the formula visually. And I think this to me is like the heart of like great visual like first storytelling that Johnny Harris himself teaches, is that when you really focus on that visual element, thinking how do I make this a video you can watch and see? Is it a diagram? Is it an image? Is it a piece of visual evidence? Is it a clip? Whatever it is, then you have the chance to actually take all that visual thought and knowledge and put it in your thumbnail. And so I think what's really cool is that I'm able to flash this diagram, and then the video actually delivers on that. That diagram is actually the central way that I'm explaining this.
Now, as great as the title and thumbnail is, I believe the video went viral because of its intro. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the intro for you now, and after that, David is going to go line by line explaining why it was written this way.
This airport, this text, this army, this is, look at this, listen.
How does one person create videos explaining everything from
McDonald's ice cream machines
to Venezuela's border crisis and get millions of views on every single one? I mean, Johnny Harris even got nominated
for an Emmy, which is like, okay.
It isn't that Johnny Harris is an expert in these topics. It isn't his fancy animations. Other people do that and never go viral. So what is it, Johnny?
It's my formula.
We've already posed the question, why does every video go viral? And I think what we're doing now is, rather than just sort of answering that question or making a promise, we're actually deepening the question so that it's more intriguing for the viewer. So they're already curious to know his formula, but I'm setting up more depth to that question. So I'm saying, Johnny Harris has explained everything from ice cream machines to geopolitics, which seem really different. And then I sort of deepen the question even more. We sort of say, is it his animations? No, because other people do that. Is it because he's so smart and has such expertise? He doesn't. He's clearly not an expert. So we're sort of being like, it makes even less sense, this sort of like spring action where you're loading up a sense of curiosity, a sense of anticipation, and you're building basically up a question that is really compelling that will then the curiosity will then propel the viewer through the video to want to know the answer to it.
I think this is the beauty of YouTube as opposed to other forms of learning or educational content. So if I want to learn about quantum physics, I'm gonna go read a textbook, right? There's nobody who's reading that textbook that didn't already decide they wanted to learn about quantum physics, right? Nobody picks that up for fun, just walking through the library. YouTube is very different because of the algorithm, because of the way it works. You find yourself learning about things you didn't realize you wanted to learn about.
Michelle's right. I've come across videos on my homepage that are on topics that I may not even be interested in, but I still click on those videos and watch them. And that's mainly because those YouTubers have done a really good job at piquing my curiosity. So you need to assume that there are people watching your video who know nothing about your niche or even what your video is about. If your intro can stroke curiosity in someone like that, then your video is well on your way to going viral, just like this one.
Then I think one interesting thing that I think came out when we edited the script was we gave the answer away right away. I think oftentimes people try to hold it back, but I just said 30 seconds into a 6-minute video, the answer is visual evidence then context. And I think that was really helpful because it delivered what the viewer came for, but then what it let us do is open a new loop of curiosity, which is, okay, this is his formula, but what does it really mean And like, it seems so simple. How could something so simple be so powerful? Video, because it's like, if we're giving away the answer at the beginning of the video, what do we talk about for the remaining like 5 minutes? And the answer is we sort of walk you deeper into experiencing this formula and then finally sort of getting to this deeper insight of experiencing it in our head versus body.
There are so many videos talking about how a YouTuber went viral, but not all of them do as well as this video. And the reason for that is most of these videos are really similar. David's video though is super unique.
Step 4. Attach a musical note to every context section and a new note to each new piece of visual evidence.
This video is the only video I've seen that uses musical notes to break down a video.
Listen to how the opening section is jammed with varied, repeating visual evidence.
There are maybe 20 creators in the how to go viral on YouTube niche, and no one has used musical notes to compare two videos. And the reason for that is because none of them have a background in music. David, however, has one, and so does Michelle. By combining their love for music with their passion for YouTube, they have created a truly unique video and something that stands out in the sea of YouTube advice videos. Here's how you can copy this. Let's say you make food videos, but you're also interested in history. You can make a video series on medieval recipes. If you like men's style, but you also love the James Bond franchise, you can make a video on how to dress like James Bond. Combining what your video is about with what you're about is the key to making truly unique content that will stand out from the competition. If you like that video, you probably like content creators talking about their secret strategies that the mainstream just doesn't know about. Lucky for you, these two videos are exactly that, so make sure you click on them and start binging.